Dear Ms. Lewandowski, I am writing this letter to you to thank you for your guidance and encouragement all throughout my high school career. Ever since I had you my freshman year, I knew that you would be an important person that would continuously contribute to my growth and achievements. You never hesitated to express to me how proud you were of my work, even when I would turn down your compliments often. I always admired how, even though many people gave you a hard time, you continued to show your selflessness through your teaching and guidance. I would often think to myself how you were almost too generous and forgiving, but that is who you are, and I am thankful for you because of those qualities. They are what got me through my new experiences in swimming and the troubles I encountered with my classes throughout the years. Overall, I want you to know that you have been a very important figure in my life, as you never failed to express to me how much you cared for my successes, and you would always assure me that everything would be okay if I failed, as long as I tried. It was always encouraging to know that I had at least one person out there rooting for me. The most important thing is that I will always remember to make smart choices. Thank you. Dear parents, I want to write this letter to you to both thank you for all of the opportunities that you have given me. I am very grateful for each of you for different reasons. To my mom, you have given me so much advice and support. Though you may feel like you are not doing enough, I promise you that you have been one of my biggest supporters and have always shown me that you are proud of everything that I do. I always know that you will be there by my side through any decision that I make, and I am truly privileged to have you as a mom. To my dad, you have always influenced me to achieve the greatest of my goals. You've always provided me with both the intellect and advice on the most important decisions. Thank you for keeping me on a path that will only lead me to a bright future. Overall, I want to thank you both for being my biggest support system. Know that my accomplishments will always be in dedication to you both. Thank you for everything, and I love you both.
Dear Mom, thank you for always being there for me. I know I am often difficult at times to work with, but you always make sure that I am understood. Thank you for working with me when I needed help studying, new ideas, or clarification. As I've become older, you have let me be more independent with my schoolwork. Long gone are the days of us sitting at the table working on homework. Thank you for not only pushing me to be a good student, but to be a young lady who is able to make sound decisions and take care of herself. I am grateful for all of the learning opportunities you have given me, from books to my many road trips across the country. You have always taught me to be productive and punctual. I am grateful for all the times that you volunteered at school. Love, Kelcee. Dear Dad, I am very appreciative of how you have impacted my life. You have seen me grow from 9 years old to 18. I am grateful for all of the support that you have given me. Thank you for helping me with my math and science homework. Thank you for reading my English papers when I wanted feedback. Thank you for supporting me at football games out in the cold. I value all of our conversations, the ones where you give me life advice and the ones where I'm just being silly. A sincere thanks, Kelcee. Dear Aunt Tarney, I have known you for all of my life. I am grateful for the impact you have made. Ever since I was in elementary school, you have been willing to assist me with schoolwork, give advice, or just listen when I needed someone to talk to. Even though you're retired from being an educator years ago, you have always made sure to provide your expertise. You have always encouraged me to try my best and be proud of the things I accomplish. You are one of the reasons that education is important to me. I'm also extremely grateful for all the times you have supported me in school. I'm grateful for the times you came to band concerts, piano recitals, and youth days at church. I highly value your opinions and help. You have brought a lot of joy to my life and never ceased to make me feel loved. You have been there for me for the hardest days of my life. You are pretty much a bonus grandmother to me. Thank you so much for everything you have done for me. I am forever grateful for the impact you have had on my life. Love, Kelcee.
Dear Ms. Pagliuco, I am so excited to have you as my mentor for my Distinguished Scholar Program. Throughout my entire 4 years, you have always supported me and made sure I choose what paths were right for me, along with ones that I would enjoy. During my senior year, you made sure to send me emails, reminders, and opportunities to go visit college. You helped with FAFSAs or provide me with information to apply for scholarships. You have congratulated me and wished me luck as I have applied to and gotten into several colleges of my choice. You have always made sure that I am okay and gotten whatever I needed to be done and on time. I would love to thank you for all your wonderful help throughout my high school journey. It was an honor to be one of your students. Please continue to help students find their path to go on and do the things they love. Thank you for everything, Kylah Bradley. Dear Mommy and Daddy, I know I often joke about how I was brought into this world without my permission, or how I wish the two of you weren't so crazy, but I am genuinely proud to be your daughter. You took time to craft the most amazing yet annoying brothers, go to work, and still continuously provide me with what I needed and wanted. If there was ever a time when I needed something but couldn't get it right away, you still, no matter what, always pulled through and gave me everything that I asked for. I am so grateful to have two loving parents in my life and that have shaped me and guided me into being the most perfect young woman I can be. Without your continuation of support, even when I wanted to quit, I would have never made it without you or believed in/learned what I have from you now. I want to thank you so very much for supporting all of my decisions, and to that there are no amounts of thanks in the world that I can give that will make up for all of the long nights you've helped me stay up and struggled with me. I want you to know that even when I am upset with you or complain about you, I know for a fact I wouldn't want to have another set of parents in this world. Thank you for being so open, caring, and providing a safe place for me when I can express myself and my thoughts. Please continue to be awesome and support me. I still need it. Thank you. Love, Kylah.
Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for always supporting me through everything. I would not be where I am today without your constant support and guidance. Even though we have our ups and downs like any parent-child relationship, I still want you to know that I appreciate everything you have done for me and everything you will do for me in the future. You have repeated Proverbs 22:6, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old he will not depart from it, enough times to make my ear fall off. But there are many lessons that I have learned from you that I will never depart from. Silly ones like putting Alfredo sauce in the refrigerator after opening the jar, and more serious ones like how to defend myself. Your love has helped me become the person I am today, and while I'm still trying to figure that out, and I don't know who that person is, I know you'll be proud of her no matter what. Love, Micaiah. Dear Mrs. Heisel, I want to thank you for everything you have taught me over these 4 years. The knowledge and wisdom you have taught me will forever be in my heart, and I cannot thank you enough for guiding me. Words cannot express how much you have impacted my life. If there were a word bigger than thank you, I would use it, but since there isn't, I would like to thank you for being my inspiration, my friend, my teacher, and my mentor. Thank you for literally and metaphorically always having your door open. Thank you for listening to me rant and rave about anything and everything. Thank you for helping me become a good person, a good actor, and in a few years, hopefully a good teacher. I truly appreciate and value every lesson I have learned from you, everything from never date an actor to tips on how to get into my theater education program. I look forward to the day I can do the same for my future students. Thank you again for everything. Sincerely, your little duckling.
Dear Miss O, I want to start off by saying thank you. Thank you for everything you have done for me these past 4 years. I remember coming into your class freshman year in honors bio and slowly opening up to you. You always helped me out and gave me confidence when I had no clue what I was going on. As the years went by, you became more of a friend and someone I trusted more than just my teacher. Junior year, almost a year on remote and finally being in person, coming to your class made school feel somewhat normal again. Always coming in with Lily for lunch, doing fun activities you always had planned. As senior year came around, I was dreading it completely. All my closest friends had moved to college and graduated. I had felt the loneliest I had felt in a long time. I feel comfort and friendship in coming to your room for lunch and coming to talk to you when I'm having a hard day. You made my senior year not so lonely, and I will forever appreciate you for that. You always make me laugh, and I know that I can talk to you about anything in my life that I'm struggling with or even anything I want to talk about. I remember my first day of senior year and I didn't know anyone in my lunch. I know it sounds silly being a senior in extracurricular teams and clubs, but I was scared to go to lunch and eat alone. I knew that there was no one, and I asked you if I could come and sit with you for lunch, and you said I could any day I wanted. Thank you for being my mentor, and more importantly, thank you for being my friend. When it felt as though I had no one, you are caring, understanding, and supportive. I appreciate it every day. I will miss you when I graduate, and I will always remember you. You are by far the most memorable teacher I've had at Crete, and I will forever cherish you and all that you have done for me. Thank you for always inspiring me. Dear Mom and Dad, you guys have always supported me and helped me through all 17 years of my life, and I cannot be more thankful for it. You guys always keep me going and help me stay positive no matter what. If I'm struggling with something, no matter how big or small, you always help me overcome it. Thank you for the millions of things you do for Connor, Caitlin, and I on a day-to-day basis. Thank you for driving me to my sports practices and games, and watching and supporting me in the hot sun, the windy rain, and even the freezing cold. Thank you for playing games with me and always making me laugh and smile. You guys always know I'm upset somehow, no matter how hard I try to hide it. Thank you for sitting with me when I cry, listening and understanding me. You guys give me the best advice and always push me to do my best I can always. I don't know what I would do without you guys, and I'm forever thankful for the dinners you make, the kindness and love you never stop showing me, the advice and the support. I hope when I grow up to have kids of my own, I can be the parent to them that you guys have always been to me. I look up to you guys in so many ways. Dad, I look up to your work ethic. I look up to how you can fix any problem in the world, your knowledge, your patience, your courage, and so much more. Mom, I look up to your generosity, your empathy, your open mind, your beauty, your perseverance, and dedication. I look up to the way you are always kind to everyone no matter what. You have taught me my whole life to be kind, and I think it is a very big aspect of my life to try to always be that. You guys are the most amazing parents I could ever ask for. Thank you for always motivating me and making memories with me. I love you guys forever.
Dear Mom and Dad, where do I even begin? Well, the most important thing I learned from you is to always go to the Word of God. Proverbs 22:6 says, "Direct your children onto the right path, and when they are older, they will not leave it." Thank you for pointing me in the right direction. Proverbs 1:8-9 says, "My child, listen when your father corrects you. Don't neglect your mother's instruction. What you will learn from them will crown you with grace and be a chain of honor around your neck." Thank you for teaching me and correcting me, even when I was difficult or didn't want to listen. Joshua 24:15 says, "But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord." Thank you for raising me in a Christ-centered home. 1 Corinthians 11:1 says, "Follow my example as I follow the example of Christ." Thank you for being a good example of how to follow Jesus. Psalm 103:13 says, "As a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him." Thank you for loving me and also making sure that I know God loves me even more. From dirty diapers to cleaning up puke, from silly songs to deep talks, thank you for not only being my parents, but my best friends. Love, Katie May. To my big sister, Bethany. I met you in 2012 after my family had just moved to Monique. You were a recent college graduate and needed a place to live, so my family offered you the position of children's pastor at our church, along with a room in our basement. You originally planned to stay for 1 year, maybe 2, but ended up living with us for 7. And I'm so thankful that you did, because I wouldn't be who I am today without you. You have made such a huge impact on my life. Over the years, you have taught me so many things. If it wasn't for you, I don't think I would have made it through Algebra 2. You have introduced me to some of my favorite TV shows and movies, and I will never forget crafting together while we binged Downton Abbey in your living room. You introduced me to musicals, and I will always love jamming out to music together in the car and singing Taylor the Latte Boy at the top of our lungs. If it were not for your influence and encouragement, I might not be pursuing a career in theater. You have laughed with me, listened to me, prayed with me and for me, and loved me. Thank you for all of it. It's been a little over a year since you moved to Indiana, and I still miss you every day. Even though we talk all the time and visit each other as much as we can, it feels weird sometimes that you're not right downstairs when I need you. God knew what he was doing when he brought you into my life. No matter where we go or who we become, I know that you will always be one of my best friends and I am forever grateful for the handprint you have left on my heart. Love, your little sister, Katie.
Dear Eileen, over the years you have been such an important person in my life, whether it's been being a role model to me, being there for me whenever I need advice, or being there when I just need someone to talk to. I am so grateful that I have the privilege of being able to call you my aunt. I love our sleepovers and I always look forward to them. Even though we usually just watch scary movies and eat a bunch of snacks, some of my favorite memories have come from those times that were spent with you. You have always supported me in any dreams or aspirations that I've had throughout the years, and even though they have changed many times, I know that I can always count on you to tell me that I can do anything that I put my mind to. You are such an amazing aunt, and I will always look up to you. You are not only an aunt to me, but one of my best friends, and I love you so much. Dear Mom and Dad, there is so much that I have to thank you for. You have been the most amazing parents any kid in the world could have dreamed of having. You are the people that have made me the person that I am today, and I don't know what I would ever do without you. You have supported me through everything that I've ever gone through, and I've always been able to go to you when I was having a difficult time with anything in my life. You can always tell when I'm going through something tough, and you have always been there to pick me back up when I'm down. You have taught me that it's okay to make mistakes, and all I need to do is try again until I succeed. Although I'm graduating soon and I will move out and begin my life on my own, I know that I will be okay because you have prepared me for everything that is to come. You have been the best role models to me, and one day when I have a family of my own, I hope to be just like you. I owe you everything, and I'm so happy to have you both. I love you so much, and I will always be grateful for everything that you have done for me.
To my parents, whether you like to believe it or not, you are both heavy inspirations in my life. You show me it in non-words but unspoken actions on how to be a better person every single day and to keep pursuing whatever I dream of. You have always supported me and through every decision I have made, whether bad or good, and showed me that there is never a reason to give up. When times looked down, especially during times in which I would experience new things, you held my hand throughout it. Even in the dark, you made it light to help me grow and shine as a person. Nobody in this world has ever shown me the love that you guys have, and I hope every day you know that I love you with all of my heart. I would never trade a soul for you guys. I wouldn't dare to ask for different parents or even dream of it. You are my biggest inspirations and motivations to keep going, even when times doesn't permit. Dear Miss Johnson, there aren't enough words in the world to describe the appreciation I have been given a spot in your classroom and to have you as my AP literature teacher. Entering Creekmoney High School for the first time as a senior was truly one of my hardest experiences in my school career, but it got easier when I had you. You had showed me a welcoming environment and atmosphere when I genuinely needed it. It was hard to make such a big adjustment in my life when I really had no sort of motivation to do so. You showed me the true meaning of a classroom, a truly friendly environment that allows anybody's voice to be heard. You actually even helped me enjoying reading as a whole and helped me gain a more of appreciation for it. Not only were you the definition of an inspirational teacher, but even a better friend. I truly hope you continue being a teacher as much as time gives you after we graduate, so you continue to change our lives like you have changed mine.
Dear Mother and Father, you must be so happy that you raised a great child. Well, I'm just joking, but seriously, thank you for all the opportunities that you both provided for me. Although growing up, there were many struggles I faced, I knew that I could always turn to you guys whenever I needed somebody to talk to, comfort or advice. I am truly grateful and hope to be as good as you guys at parenting when it's finally my turn. When the time comes that I have to leave home, I know that I will always have you guys to lean on. But I'm sure with all the skills that you guys provided me, I have all I need to succeed in my future. I love you guys so much, naturally. Hello, big brother. I honestly don't think I ever got to say thank you. Thank you for being there for me. Whether when I was struggling in math or if I was bored and would go to you to entertain me, I cherish the years that we lived together just across the hallway from each other. I was, of course, being an annoying little sister, but I love spending time with you. Sure, it sucked when I found out that you were moving away across the country, but you're living your best life, and I admire you for that. I always reminisce about the fun times that we had goofing off together. So thank you for being the best older brother that anyone could have.
One of the most important skills an educator can possess is the ability to connect with their students in a way that not only makes them comfortable and confident in their school life, but that makes them able to open up about their personal life if help is needed. It's your possession of these crucial skills that have shaped my last 3 years into something I am extremely proud of. I was encouraged by you to join many clubs and take many leadership roles that I probably wouldn't have had the confidence to otherwise. It was your ability to connect with your students in such a meaningful way that gave me confidence to join student government, become student body vice president, and even president. From seminar to broadcasting to baseball to ignition, a major part of the legacy I will end up leaving behind at this school is thanks to your insight and the friendship that you've shown me. The work you put in will undoubtedly continue to empower many more young leaders like myself to step up and be unafraid to lead and be creative. I can't thank you enough for the last 3 years, and I hope to one day have at least a fraction of the impact you had on me on others. Sincerely, JJ. A mother is not one set thing or role. A mother, to me, is the warmest compassion combined with the fearlessness and determination it takes to raise a family into a unit that cares for each other and society. Mom, you exemplify this in the greatest way. Since we moved to Cree, you have worked harder than ever to ensure that I have every possible avenue open to me. You've always made sure I understood the importance of my education, and you've trusted me to make sure I applied myself over the past 4 years. Your compassion and care makes me unafraid to fail if I put my best effort forward. Your fearlessness shines when you fight a pandemic each day as a nurse and trust that your son will be okay on his own at times. Each and every day I sit back and think about how unlikely our circumstances are. Even when it was painful, even when it was difficult. You raised 4 children with little to no help. Even when it was painful and even when it was difficult, you continued to do what you love each day until it began to fully pay off. Even when it was painful and when it was difficult, you continued to seek education and work your hardest to ensure that we did the same. You're the biggest leader in my life, and sometimes words can only attempt to find understanding in the unexplainable, and that's the best I can do in this letter to you. I do not know exactly how you accomplish all that you do every day, but you inspire me to keep pushing and work my hardest for everything I want. I love you, Mom. Sincerely, your son.
Ms. O'Sullivan, I can never thank you enough for always being there for me throughout these past 4 years. You have never failed to help me through school and my life during overly stressful times. Whenever a struggle faced me, I always knew I could talk to you for advice, and when I just needed somebody to talk to. You always made me smile during the hardest times and made me laugh during the best times. I couldn't imagine spending all of my time at school with anybody else. Thank you for being my favorite teacher since freshman year and never getting tired of me being in your room. I would have truly fallen into a slump without you this year and could never thank you enough for being there for me through my family moving. You are somebody I will never forget throughout my life. Mom and Dad, all my life I've never had to question the love and support I would get from both of you. You guys have given me everything I could ever ask for or need or want. You've always supported me through school, cheerleading, and anything else I wanted to do. I can never thank you both enough for being my #1 supporters, even if you were physically not able to be there. Even when I'm mad at you, I can never question the love I have for you. Dad, I can never ask for a better bond with you, even when you slightly speak loud at me. And Mom, I can never imagine life being anybody else's shadow. Thank you both for being the best parents and giving me every opportunity possible. I love you both so much.
Eric Green, I just want to start everything off by saying thank you for everything you've done for me throughout my high school career, and I appreciate everything as well. Green has been there for me with everything, the ups and downs, my struggles, and my accomplishments. Without Green being there for me as much as he did, my high school life would have been different and not the same without him. I talk to Green about everything that goes on in my life, and he gives me advice and the truth on what he thinks is right and wrong. I realized throughout the years that by talking with Green, he is a great mentor, and I know that he will lead me in the right direction that I need to go in life. In my senior year, Green has been there the most for me when things were stressful, and I appreciate that so much because talking with Green on a daily basis makes me become a better and overall a better positive person in life. Me and Green could talk about anything because the bond that we developed throughout the years is truly amazing, and I'm very grateful for that. Green is someone I could talk to for hours because he's always happy and positive, which I think is amazing. Overall, I wouldn't choose anyone else to be my mentor besides you, Eric Green, because you are the realest and most caring person I've ever met in my life. And for that, all I can say is thank you for everything and always being there for me throughout my high school years at Cremoni High School. I will never forget about everything you did for me, Green. Dear Mom and Dad, you guys have sacrificed so much for me throughout my whole life, and for that alone, all I can say is thank you, and I appreciate both of you so much. Without them, there would be no baseball in my life because they supported me so much with my baseball career and got me to where I need to be. My mom and dad would always support me by going to my games or watching them online, which I'm very grateful for. They always pushed me to be the best I could be each and every day. Ever since I was little, I would be playing baseball and my mom and dad would be right there watching me and cheering me on. Looking back to that, it shows how dedicated and supportive my parents were when it came down to me playing baseball. They are the best parents I could ever ask for because them putting in so much time and effort for me to play baseball shows how much they truly do care and only want the best for me, which I appreciate a lot. With that being said, I would like to thank both of my parents for all the things they have sacrificed for me throughout their life and making me become the man I am today.
Words cannot describe how blessed I am to have such amazing parents, to know that I will always have parents that are proud of me and accept my failures, to have parents who have always fully supplied me since the day of birth, to know that I am loved anywhere I go, no matter what the challenges might be or the obstacles you guys have faced to shape me into the woman I am today. By having faith and trusting God, yourselves and me, this is our blessing. Having me here up on stage shows out the glory that has only been made due to your sacrifice. And with your sacrifice, I will never forget in my lifetime. You have planted a seed that is well nourished in wisdom. And now that the seed has roots to share her words of wisdom and do them instead of just saying them, thank you, Mom and Dad, for everything. I am truly thankful to have Pastor Teresa Waring as my guide. You took me under your wing ever since the day I was born into the church. I have always considered you as a second mother who taught me how to love one another, even my enemies. You also taught me how to be strong to what is right. Not to mention, I thank you for sharing to me the gift of music. You have taught me the music is a treasure that sends you to different places around the world, and that music is a fuel to the soul. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have known I had a gift to play the piano and the oboe. You're always bringing gifts into our ministry that teaches me the act of generosity. Your wise words during the acts of worship have increased my leadership skills when you preach the word of God and share your life lessons. The tasks, routines, and opportunities that you have given to me has grown me into a responsible, humble, loyal, spiritual being. That reason why I'm up here today is because of you. You have been the backbone of my success in life. You have taught me whatever gets in my way, God and his angels will knock them down with me and help me to get back on my feet again. And Pastor, you are one of those angels in my life and always will be.
Dear Mom and Dad, words cannot express how deeply grateful I am that I have two wonderful people in my life that I can call my parents. Throughout all the hardships our family has been through and you guys have been through, you guys were still always there for me. I admire all the hard work you guys do so that me and my siblings can have the life you guys never had. I constantly watch you guys and the strength and perseverance that both of you have. It's outstanding. I can only hope I can live up to that. I really want to say thank you for everything you do. The extremely long talks are trying sometimes, but I do enjoy having them. Thank you for shaping me into the person I am today. Thank you for always being by my side. Thank you for all the hard work you put into making my life better. Thank you for loving me for me. Mom and Dad, you bring a type of joy into my life that no one else can. You have a type of love for me that no one else does. Thank you so much for that. Love, Gabby. Dear Nadia, you have had one of the biggest impacts on my life. You've known me since I was 12 and are one of the few people who have stayed and positively impacted my life, helping me become the person I am today. I am so grateful for that. You encourage me to be the best version of myself and generally want to see me succeed. You are always just a phone or text away, and I know that you'll be there to listen. You've helped me out of some pretty dark places and have helped me find who I am as a person. You're not only my mentor, but you're family to me. Thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for our conversations and the times we spent together. Thank you for being a listening ear. You have been such a blessing in my life, and I appreciate you and everything you've done for me. Love, Gabby.
With the great 18 years I got to spend with my grandpa, I'll always cherish the moments I had with him. To point out specific moments where he had influenced me, I always think of when I cut his hair. I won't lie, I'm not a professional hairdresser, so I'm not sure why he was confident in me. Anyway, during these haircuts, he would always ask me how school was going or even how my job was coming along. Concerned for my well-being and wanting the absolute best for me, my grandpa reminded me to try my best and to always aim for what I want, no matter the circumstances. I listened to this advice as he was very good at any job he held, with one of those jobs being an amazing grandpa. No one knows where the nickname he gave me came from, but the sweet sound of Deedlebird coming from my grandpa and his very witty statements holds a very special place in my heart. Anytime I'd visit my grandfather, he'd make sure to make people laugh, and that helps make life 10 times better when you aren't at your best. I've always held myself to a very high standard, but fortunately, this easygoing man influenced me by constantly reminding me to be assertive and hardworking, but to love myself and to give myself grace. Thankful for that, I will carry the lessons he taught me throughout college and the rest of my life. To my lovely parents, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything. Ever since elementary school, I have had both of you as my backbone. In 2011, when we had to move during elementary school, you both made the transition to a new school easier than I thought it would be. The everlasting confidence you guys had in me when there were times where I wasn't confident, you both were there to give me a reality check. I know that at times it is hard to deal with my perfectionistic tendencies, but ultimately, you guys always stick through it. When dealing with the highs and lows, I was always reminded by you guys to push through any and everything. Unrelated to school, you guys are a lot wiser than most kids would like to admit when talking about their parents. As many children do, they find themselves wanting to rebel against their parents, or at least I know I did. And throughout the hard lessons, I had to learn that you guys were there to provide advice on things I couldn't think of on my own. And for example, those silly little heartbreaks teens go through, Mom and Dad, you both offered your shoulder for me to cry on. All in all, I appreciate you more than you know, yet at times I know it might not seem like it. I love you both to the moon and back.
Dear Amorous, you are my sister, my best friend, and my mentor, all bundled into a lovely person. I have endless admiration for your accomplishments and your strength to always keep going. There has never been an instance where you've fallen and have not gotten back up, and I can only hope to have this attitude as an adult. You have shared many stories which has developed into lessons that I will always hold close. You have managed to be both a sister and a leader to me, and for that I thank you. I thank you for some of my happiest memories that I had growing up, and I thank you for our unbreakable bond. You always bring smiles to both my face and my heart, and I cannot ask for much more in a big sister. With love, Brooklyn Spencer. Dear Mom and Dad, I would like to show appreciation for your dedication to my well-being and my success. You have provided me with morals and knowledge that cannot be bought with any amount of money. You have provided me with memories that I will always hold dear to my heart and lessons that I will always remember. I thank you for your patience and understanding, and most importantly, your commitment to my happiness. You have provided me with a masterpiece of a childhood, and I am endlessly grateful for. I hold numerous experiences that could not have been possible without your love for me, and for that I thank you with all my heart. With love, Brooklyn Spencer.
Thank you for working so hard to give me the life I have today. I knew it wasn't easy losing two of the fathers to your children, but you raised us all very well. Though we may not always get along, you are truly my best friend. All the times I have seen you sick and you have had to stay in the hospital broke me. because if I was to lose you, I wouldn't be who I am today. You have been the best example of what a strong Black woman is, and though I don't tell you often, I appreciate all the sacrifices you've made for me and my brothers. Lots of love, Breana. Dear Terrell, I would like to first say thank you. Thank you for coming into my life and being a model for me. When we first met, it was a bad occasion because my mom wasn't doing well. As you continue to come around and help get me places when I could, and I grew closer to you. When you first claimed me as your daughter, I was shocked because no one has ever done that before. That showed me that you love me as your own, even though we have no blood connection. I appreciate the support you have given me since we met. Though I never have said it, you are my second dad and the best one at that. Love, lots of love, Breana Williams.
Dear Mr. Lager, thank you for being my mentor. The reason that I consider you my mentor is because I believe that you made the biggest impact to shape my high school experience. I never considered myself to be good at math until I had you as my teacher. As an 8th grader, I was excited to be taking an Algebra 1 class. After seeing that there also happened to be kids a grade younger than me in the class, I felt that maybe I didn't belong in a high school level class. Because I had the opportunity to be in a class taught by you, I started to enjoy math a little more. The reason that all this talk about math is relevant is because on the last day of school, you told me to join the math team once I got to high school. I was reluctant to take this advice because I had heard stories about math team competitions and I had felt like I wasn't ready for that. Just as I had thought on the first day of Algebra 1, I feel that if you had not taught me that year and I had not known about the math team, my life would be completely different. You not only taught me math, but you taught me and every one of your students how to believe in themselves. Because of you, I received the highest test scores in my freshman year geometry class, a class full of sophomores. Because of you, I joined the math team, which helped me connect with other students and challenged me to think critically. And because of you, I am now taking AP Calculus BC, a math class that has challenged me harder than any other math class I've taken. And while the class is challenging and always causes me to doubt my mathematical abilities, I always think back to that first day in Algebra 1 and I remember to believe in myself. Dear parents, before you know it, I will be graduating from college and off living on my own. I wouldn't have gotten this far without you. Throughout my entire life, I've been learning skills from you that will help me go farther in life. From a young age, you began teaching me social skills, from letting me order my own food in restaurants to speaking with customer service representatives over the phone. I am now able to speak to others with ease. You stressed the importance of school. Now here I am with the 4.0 GPA and college acceptance letters. You taught me the basics of money management, from earning money, for receiving good grades, to getting my own credit card. Because of you, I am now able to budget well so that I am able to buy things that I need and that I want. And for the rest of my life, I will always be able to look back on these moments where I was taught these skills and know that I'm going to be okay.